Hey guys, welcome back to another installation of Judging Books by Their Covers. Today we still have 5 books, that won't change anytime soon, that we will be placing into a blind rank. I have never seen these covers, I've never heard of the titles. I will be looking at these and reacting to them for the very first time and then placing them all blindly into a rank. Before we get started, I just wanted to say thank you to anyone who has subscribed to my channel recently, and if you haven't, please subscribe to my channel. It costs you nothing. It would mean so much to me, and to get notified when I upload new videos, which I typically do every Tuesday and Friday mornings, but who knows, I might be uploading new content on other days, and if I do, you'll get notified when I do. That being said, if you like this video, please like, comment, subscribe, share this video with anyone you think that might like it. Let's go ahead and dig in. Oh, this makes me feel so cozy. So our first book that we're looking at today is called Fall I Want. Very clever play on words. By Lyra Parrish, or Lyra. I'm not sure how to pronounce your name. I apologize if I mispronounced that name. And then at the top of the cover, it says, "Love is brewing in Cozy Creek." Wow, I didn't even see the word cozy and I described it as cozy, so that's perfect. "Where falling leaves lead to falling in love." Oh, it's so cute. So on this cover, the title and the words that I read, the "Love is brewing in Cozy Creek," are kind of at the top of the cover, and then in the background is what looks to me like maybe they're in a bakery or a kitchen of some kind, but the walls are like a dark red brownish brick, and then there's a big cutout, like a big arch cutout in the back that like gives you the view of the outside, and behind this is mountains, and they're green at the bottom and then covered in probably snow at the top because it's like white and then goes to green. And then you can see a couple of other buildings like right outside, you know, closer to the store or kitchen from the mountains, obviously. And they're all like brick and brown too. There's a counter with little baked goods on it, and like with the display case with the glass top. And then there's also what looks like a coffee machine or a cappuccino machine with mugs and other cups to use to put in the coffee in, obviously. But there's also little like fall decorations. There's a couple of pumpkins on the counter near the baked goods, and then there's like a leaf kind of garland like going around the counter. But the main part of the picture is actually the 2 people that are standing in this kitchen bakery area. So it's a man and a woman, and it's clearly a romance. So the man is on the what looks like the customer side of the counter probably, and he's wearing like dark brown pants, slacks, however you want to call them, with a very nice like white sweater that looks like knitted or crocheted. And he's got like messy brown hair, and he's taking a coffee from the woman behind the counter, and he's giving her a cute little smirk, like "I like you" smirk. And he's actually leaning on the counter, like he has his back, like his butt leaning on the counter, and he's like grabbing the coffee from her like this, as if he was flirting with her and now is taking the coffee from her. And then the woman, she is behind the counter. She's wearing an apron, like a brownish apron. And then she's wearing a very cute, like I wish this was real, sweater, because I would totally buy this. And it's kind of like a burgundy sweater, and it has some orange and green patterns on it. And it's very cute. I love it. I love that sweater. And she's got very like styled brown hair. And she's also holding a plate of steaming pastries. I don't know what kind. And she's looking at him kind of like not a chance. So I love that. I love the chemistry that you can see right away just between those 2 people. There's a couple of other like knickknacks on the wall, like behind them, but that's essentially the cover of this book. The first thing I thought when I saw this cover is this feels cozy. Like I feel like I just want to sit down in a corner on like a comfy like little couch or just like a love seat or something and just curl up with a blanket and a coffee in this book. But it doesn't feel like number 1. I don't know what it is. I just always have this like gut feeling of what number one is, but this doesn't feel like number one. I don't know why. It does feel like something I would pick up because I do think it's very cozy and I do enjoy a good romance. So this is gonna go at number two. Okay. So the next book that we're looking at is called The Irish Goodbye by Heather Amy O'Neill. Very appropriate. Irish last name, The Irish Goodbye, very appropriate. Okay, there's no other like words or anything on the cover, so the background is, it looks like maybe a small house that has a wraparound porch and like, you know, some pretty white columns like in between like the like the railings that go around the porch. And then it kind of seems like it's sitting on a small hill because the house is in the foreground. And then there's like the ground kind of seems like it's sloping slightly. So it's like a small hill. And then it looks like it goes down towards water. This could be a lake. It could be an ocean. It's kind of far away, so it's hard to tell what kind of water it is. But it's close enough to the water that this house basically like is on the water. And then there's a couple of trees in the background. Now, all of the vegetation, the grass, the trees, everything is slowly turning brown, it looks like, but there's no snow. So I'm going to guess that the time of year is around autumn, and very appropriate. We're in autumn. So yeah, this book cover doesn't have a lot on it. It's honestly more like a photograph than a painting. And the interesting thing is you don't even see the whole house. So you only see part of the house. It's like, I don't even know if you see the front door. You just see the wraparound porch and like a tiny bit of like the house, like the tiny smallest bit. And then the rest of what you're looking at is over the view that the house has. So it almost seems like the view of what you get from the house is more important than the house. So that's very intriguing to me. I wonder what that has to do with the book. I love the title. I do love a good Irish goodbye, just leaving without saying anything. I don't normally do that as much as I would love to because I'm just such a like socially anxious person. I always feel like too guilty about doing that, but I really love the concept of Irish goodbyes. So I can't help but feel like this is a drama, and I don't think it's a romance. There's a possibility that there's romance, but the Irish Goodbye and like the title and the cover, if I had to guess, I would say that this book is some sort of relationship happens here. It could be anything, could be friendship, could be a familial relationship, could be romantic, it could be any kind of relationship, but some kind of relationship has to do with this view that you get from that wraparound porch. There's something that I really like about it and that I would want to read this book based on what I think. It might be something that my eyes accidentally catch on because of something, maybe the title, and I do think I would want to read this. So I do like it a lot. I don't know. I don't have that feeling that it's number one. So we're going to put this at number 3. I'm very curious. This next one is called The Seventh Floor, a novel by David McCloskey. Hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. And underneath that it says author of Moscow X. So this cover is very interesting. So what it looks like to me is there's a lot of like what appears at first glance to be random, like rectangular, like jutting blue ink all over the cover that somehow covers a lot of like what's going on in the background. And at first it felt random, but the more closely I'm looking at the cover, there are stamps that are partially covered all over the place. But if you piece everything together on the stamp says Central Intelligence Agency. So I'm thinking that the blue little rectangles are not random. They are what would be redacted from files or something. Behind the redacted ink squares looks like a building, I think. So I don't know what kind of building it looks like. It just looks like a building that has a lot of rooms because it has a lot of tiny little square windows. The picture of the building is in black and white. It really looks like that the cover is like a page that has a bunch of Central Intelligence stamps on it. And then the picture of the building in black and white is pasted in the middle of the page. And then there's a bunch of like blue rectangle redacted things all over the cover. And then you have the title and the author on top of that. So it definitely catches my attention. I think that was smart because I think normally, not that I would know this because I'm not usually looking at files that have anything redacted on it, but I think usually it's not blue. I think it's usually black because they want to make sure that for sure you can't see whatever's being redacted. I think that the blue might have been a choice here in order to make things stand out, but it could also just be that that's there for another reason. But it does make it stand out very well because the blue is a very bright sky blue. The title and the author's name are in black, so it's on top of that and it makes it stand out very, very well. And then the partially covered Central Intelligence stamps really makes it more interesting. So I think that was also a very good choice. I do think I would look at this. The possible themes about this book definitely catch my interest. But I don't know if it's something that I would normally pick up and read. I don't know how I feel about it. I don't feel like I did the other ones, like, oh yes, I definitely want to like pick this up and read this. Like, yes. I think I'm gonna put this at number 5. We only have spots 1 and 4 left, so let's see what happens. This is cute. Oh, this is cute. The next book we're looking at is called The Sherlock Society by James Ponti, New York Times bestselling author. And the author's name is at the top of the cover and the title is at the bottom of the cover. And then in the middle, we have the image, the drawing. It looks like a drawing to me. Now, what it looks like to me is that this cover takes place in a storage closet, possibly. That is dark and has one central light in the middle of the room hanging down, and it's casting a light down in like this one cone, and so the rest of the room is like pretty dark. You can't really see anything, but the cone is lighting up 4 people. Now, they look like teenagers to me. I want to say between the ages of like 13 and 16. There's 4 of them. So starting from left to right, there's one teenager, looks like a boy. He has a laptop in his hands that he's like holding, and he has like a side kind of like satchel that he's wearing. He has dark hair, like black, brown kind of hair. He's wearing a teal green kind of collared shirt, pink maybe or off-white shorts and sneakers. And then the boy next to him, at least maybe is a boy, could be other, has closer to blonde ginger kind of hair, maybe strawberry blonde, wearing glasses and a yellow and white horizontal striped shirt with jeans and sneakers. And that teenager is holding an open book. And then the next teenager, it looks like a girl. She's looks like kind of more redheaded. She's blowing a bubble of gum out of her mouth. She's got like a magenta kind of tank top, wearing a jean skirt, and then tights going like from under her skirt, and then kind of closer to like boots. And then the last teenager, she looks kind of like she has blue hair, looks like a girl, and she's holding a closed book close to her chest, and she's wearing like a white or pinkish shirt, and then orange overalls, and then sneakers. So And they're all kind of looking conspiratorially like they're somewhere they're not supposed to be. And that kind of tracks because it says the Sherlock Society. I'm very intrigued about this. I do love a good mystery. Like Scooby-Doo back in the day. It's kind of, that's what it's giving me, and I love that. I do feel like this is something I would see right away and want to read. The question is, do I want to put this at number 1 or number 4? If I put this at number 4, the other one is automatically number 1, and I don't know how I feel about that because I don't know what the other one is. But I don't know, does this feel like number 1? The problem is it didn't scream number 1 right away. Like I said at the beginning, there's always just something that in my head, in my gut, whatever you want to call it, that's just like, that's what I'm putting at number 1. It's just a feeling. I don't even know how else to describe it, and I don't have that feeling here. But let's take the gamble. I think I'm going to put this at number 4. I would want to pick this up, but there's a good chance I wouldn't want to read it. So our last book, regardless of what it is going at number 1. I don't know if I'm going to regret that, but let's find out. Okay, I don't know how I feel about this one yet. The last book we're looking at today is called Scatter the Bones by Autumn Jones Lake. It seems like it might be part of a series. It says Lost Kings MC Book 26. So that's a lot of books in one series. Also, it says below that and above the author's name, USA Today bestselling author. Now, the title and the author's name are all kind of in the middle and at the bottom of the cover page. And the picture we're looking at behind looks like a photograph. Now, it's 2 people, but they're cut off from like here, from like the tops of the shoulders and up. So we're only seeing like most of their like shoulders down. And they're both wearing leather jackets. Based on the hands, it looks like a man and a woman because they're like facing each other, like kind of diagonal, but the 2 people are facing each other and they're pretty close together, and they're holding he, because it looks like a man's hand, has one hand up and you can see his watch, and she, because the hands look smaller, so I'm guessing a woman, is holding his like hand, like reaching out to hold his hand with both of her hands. That's really all you get. You can't really see anything else. Scatter the Bones is very vague. To me, that can be very literal. It can be metaphorical. I have no idea which direction it could go in based on this cover, so I don't know what to expect. But it's at number 1. I don't know if it feels like it fits number 1 very well. But I feel better about this one being at number 1 than the Sherlock Society. I feel like I have a better chance of picking this up, and most likely obviously picking it up and deciding, oh, let me read the first book first, but still picking this up and going, I'm very, very intrigued. So I want to read this or possibly the whole series. So I don't know what Scatter the Bones could mean, but the possibilities are definitely keeping my attention. So this does go at number 1. That is our rank for today. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. I don't know if any of the books we saw today gave me the feeling of number 1, but that's okay. I still think that it turned out pretty good for the most part. I don't think I would change this. I'm pretty happy with this ranking. So let me know in the comments what you guys think. That is all for this week's video. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next video.